All right, I've got a topic for you guys today. Now, the last like 4 videos I've done have been like very motivational, very like, I don't know, I've just been kind of like talking about certain topics that I feel like are good for people to know about, things that could help people. Today we're gonna switch it up and go back to an older style of content, with of course the new branding. So today I want to talk about a story time. We're gonna do a story time here. We're not gonna do a motivational yap session. We're gonna do a story time about my life and one decision that really changed my life for the better. And maybe you guys can make this motivational somehow. Maybe you guys can take something from this and really think about it, because it's just a moment that I was like really wrong about something, and doing what I decided to do really, like, I didn't expect it to have the impact that it did on my life. So if you guys don't know, most of you probably don't, I am in my 2nd year of college. You know, I talk about that a lot. College is a big part of my life. I have a lot of friends, and I'm a communications major, so pretty easy major, but of course communications helps me directly like intertwined into like, you know, the lifestyle I live right now with YouTube and everything. So that's kind of like my life right now. What does this get? Stop. Okay. So it's kind of my life right now, but I didn't always want to go to college. In fact, I didn't always want to do school at all. In fact, I was never really I was always smart, but I was never really motivated. So in 2nd grade, I was entered into a private school, which I do believe to be like, I do think that putting me in a private school was probably not the right call, because I don't think I learned a lot from it. And I always felt like the experiences I gained from private school were very like one-dimensional. It didn't feel like real life. Almost felt like I was surrounded by a bunch of people that had a very like warped perception of what life really was. You know, it was a bunch of rich kids. Nothing wrong with them. I mean, a lot of them are actually still my friends, and a lot of them actually ended up going to the college that I go to. But at that point in my life, I feel like I wasn't getting much experience. And after 6th grade, I was put into a public school. So this actually changed a lot. I actually like preferred public school a lot more than private school, which maybe is surprising to some people, but people that have been in both systems, I think generally prefer public school, because I just feel like the way of teaching is not much better, but the like social interactions you get are more real. I don't know. It's just a completely different environment. And if you know, you know. So anyways, how does this tie into the best decision of my life? Now, even though I enjoyed public school, it doesn't mean that I liked school in general. Okay, I still did not like school. I was never like straight A's, like super like AP classes, honors. You know, I was never all that. I was like pretty smart. Like when I really tried, I would be able to like do well. And I was in like primarily honors classes, and I did graduate high school with like a 3.4, 3.5 GPA, which is not bad. But I once again, I never really enjoyed school, and I never really liked that. So actually, I decided this when I was in 10th or 11th grade. I decided that I was not going to go to college. And the reason for this is because high school was bad enough. Okay, I was just counting down the days until I could graduate high school. I just wanted to get out of there as soon as possible. Okay, I did not want to be in high school whatsoever. And I mean, I was like, my mentality was like, okay, if I hate high school, I mean, college can't be much better, right? Because it's 4 more years of school. I mean, it's like the whole point is that I want to be done with school. And so this will just make it so that I have to do more, which is like exactly what I'm trying to avoid. That was my like whole mentality with, like not wanting to go to college in the first place. And 10th grade came around, and guys, 10th grade was my worst year. I was like heavily depressed. I was not really my best version. Didn't do any work. I got a 1.8 GPA in 10th grade. And this has nothing to do with how smart I was or how much potential I had. This just had to do with the fact that I didn't want to do it. I had no motivation. I had no discipline. And at that point in my life, I didn't know the difference between the words motivation and discipline, you know? At that point, it mattered a lot more. And oh my God, that was risky. But at that point in my life, right, I had no intention of really doing well, and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. So it was just not ideal. It's not an ideal situation. It was scary, you know, because I wasn't doing well. At that point, YouTube didn't exist for me. Like, I had not taken off on YouTube. I had no like goals or aspirations or anything like that. So I really didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. And to make matters worse, I was doing bad in school. My parents were worried about me. It was just not a good situation. And COVID came around, which was obviously a horrible situation, but out of that really bad scenario, something good did happen, which was the fact that I got a chance to really grow in quarantine and find my pacing and, you know, get into YouTube and Twitch and all these different things. And it really like changed my perception of life. I still didn't do like amazing. I did get like a 3.7 or 4.0 GPA 11th grade. I still didn't want to go to college. And in fact, I wasn't going to apply to any colleges either. After SATs, on which, by the way, I did not do that great on it either because I never studied, I remember my dad sitting me down. And my dad and mom had two very different perspectives about this whole situation. My mom was like very like, oh my God, you have to go to college. Like, you need to go to college. And my dad was more like, I'm not going to force you to go because you're going to be an adult, but I think you should seriously consider it. And I think you should really, you know, think about it. And what my dad said really stuck with me. He said, even if you don't want to go, just apply. Just apply to the colleges and at least you'll have a choice. And this was the best decision I ever made because honestly, I was not even going to apply. I wasn't even going to try. But my dad convinced me, even if you don't want to go to college, just apply. You know, just do it. And you never know what could happen. So I ended up applying to 5 colleges. I got into all of them. Admittedly, these weren't like amazing colleges, right? Like one of them was a community college. Most of them had like pretty decent acceptance rates. So these colleges were not like the hardest to get into. Nevertheless, I was accepted into all 5 and 2 of them were actually quite good. 2 of them were quite good, pretty like, you know, well ranked and everything. So I did end up applying to the colleges and I got in and I still wasn't going to go. But at that point, I realized, wait, I actually want to go to college. I actually want to do this because at that point I'd matured a little more. At that point, you know, YouTube was going much better for me. Everything was going a lot better and I had found something that I wanted to do. And I was like, what if I just go to college, less for like the heavy intensity like studying, but more for a sense of responsibility, for a sense of freedom, for a sense of creating my social structure, coming close with people that I want to meet and stuff like that. And so I went to college, and not for the reason that a lot of people go, which is to get their degrees. Obviously, I wanted my degree as a backup, but the primary reason I went to college was really to meet people and work on my confidence in a way. And this guy, I just bullied this guy into jumping off. But let's talk about the point, right? What's the point of this video? The point is that there's so much that you don't know, right? You have these like implicit feelings about certain things, but you don't even consider the other side of it. And for me, that was college. And college ended up being the best decision of my life because I got to meet so many new people that I would have never had the opportunity to meet otherwise. I became so close with so many people. I had so many positive and negative experiences, but at the end of the day, right, both types of experiences are experiences in which learn and grow. And it really did change my life forever. And I would have never experienced any of that if I didn't go. And I almost didn't. And I just sit back and I imagine my life would have been so different had I not gone. And I really can't imagine my life without the people that are around me. And I met all of these people through college. I would have never met any of these people. And so just think about it, you know, think about your opportunities, think about your choices. And this isn't, I'm not saying like go to college even if you don't want to. That this has nothing to do with college, honestly. The lesson here is that a lot of times your preconceived notions about certain things will take priority over really having an open mind and open perspective to trying new things. And sometimes it's better to try new things even if you don't want to, because you never know, you could learn to love it. Anyways, if you guys made it to the end of this video, comment pineapple. Anyways, have a great day, everyone. Also follow my Snapchat, Specular Potato. Peace out. Bye. Why am I Steve?